Scott, the Pirates finally get a chance to get back out on the links, play in a tournament this weekend down in Oregon at George Fox. Just talk about how excited the guys must be to be able to swing the sticks again.
Right. I mean, it's just been a long time waiting, just like much of the sports, and they're just over the top excited to do it. And one of the ways to train for tournament golf is to play tournament golf. And not only was the college season canceled last spring, and our guys not be able to compete this fall in college golf tournaments, there's very few tournaments to play in general. So it's just been a lot of practice and a lot of prep work for tournament golf, which is just so much unique compared to just playing casual rounds. So there's been a lot of build up to this, and they're just over the top excited and just supercharged by the fact that this season was even a possibility. So the work that's went in this fall and this winter has been unlike I've ever seen in the my 14 years of coaching college golf.
So for golf, you guys get to practice looks pretty much the same as it usually does, as opposed to some of the other sports that are out there. What are the advantages of that for you guys?
Sure, I mean a huge advantage because we've been able to pretty much do everything as we normally would. Golf is the natural game of social distancing. In fact, it was one of the first activities reinstated in the country, for that matter, was golfing, because if you're within 6 feet of somebody, you're probably getting hit in the head with a golf club. And then, you're over hundreds of acres of land and, heading towards 18 4-inch diameter cups. There's a lot of space to cover, between the tee box and the green. So, and even drills and things that we do are typically in small groups or individual. So we have had the freedom of kind of operating as normal as far as that's concerned. So we feel very blessed as far as that goes.
When it comes to tournament, talk about what's going to be the same and what's going to be different in the COVID environment.
Sure. So for the Northwest Conference events, not necessarily the case for this weekend when we travel to George Fox's Invitational. It's not a regular season event. In the regular season events, we'll be playing with guys on our own team in the same group, which is, I've never even heard of that in college golf. And in fact, there's 5 guys that play, so it'll be me as the coach, and possibly at times our assistant coach Dylan, the coaching staff, and then our 5 guys in their own group, which is very, very unique. It has elements of a practice. And then fivesomes, again, are unheard of. Most courses don't like that for pace of play. So the fact that we're going to have, 5 Whitworth people. So in our conference, the nine teams, there'll be 9 groups of 5 people competing, along with their coach. So in some ways, our guys are really excited about it because it'll create this team environment that is normally not the case in college golf. The other aspect, it's fun to compete against the players from another team to kind of see where you stand. So really that is the only thing other than the fact that fans aren't allowed in our regulars, hosted by Northwest Conference schools. And it's unique because we're on a public golf course. Who's to say somebody couldn't, make the tee time before the tournament and, look backwards the whole time. So that's going to be much different. Not that golf is a highly attended fan athletic event, but most of the parents usually come, so that's going to be a little bit different for the guys. And then since we're outside and typically far apart, I'm not exactly sure how the mask thing is going to work. I mean, we're obviously prepared to do it whenever we're indoors or close to people. So, some of those things will be a little bit, different. Golf isn't one of those sports where if you do have to have a mask, it shouldn't be, too challenging, especially when the guys have been watching, their fellow Whitworth athletes play on, the live streams and stuff, or, there's masks being worn where people are running and stuff like that. So we honestly feel very blessed that we haven't been as impacted as some of the other sports have with the COVID protocols and whatnot.